Welcome to Switzerland. I have just arrived at my first stop in Switzerland. Well, I actually arrived in Switzerland itself yesterday, but I stayed at a campsite, had a pretty chill evening, and the exploring starts today. So I'm currently in Lauterbrunnen, which is a very famous town here in Switzerland. I've managed to find parking, but only because this car park actually has specific camper van spots and half of them are empty, which was really handy because the rest of the car park was pretty rammed, and it's right in the centre of the town. So I'm going to go and explore, have a little wander around, so let's go. This place is stunning. I can tell why it's so busy. Obviously it's Saturday lunchtime. The weather is, oh my god, glorious. I just decided to walk up this hill. I'm kind of regretting it, but I'm not going to go too much further. But yeah, I've just been walking around the town. It is very busy on the main street, but I've decided to walk up here, so it's pretty quiet now. Most people get the cable car up, but I thought I'd walk up and get a few views and away from some of the people. I tried to go to the viewpoint behind the waterfall and I got most of the way there, and then there was a queue and I was like, is this going to be worth it? But I left the queue and came back down to walk up a steep hill instead. I'm trying to get better at vlogging when there's so many people around. I get a bit anxious doing it, even with my phone. But with a whole huge camera is a completely different story as well, so I'm trying to be a bit more confident with it. I told myself that today wasn't going to be a big hiking day because tomorrow I'm going to do a big hike, and here I am looking up a bloody hill. I'm so bad, I just start walking and I'm like, oh, wonder what's around that corner, oh, wonder what's around the next corner. I'm now back in the van. It's actually so warm outside. I think it's like 18 degrees, but it feels like it's roasting. Probably not the right clothes I'm wearing, but this morning was pretty chilly. Now I'm a bit concerned for hiking tomorrow. I wasn't prepared for summer. I thought coming to the mountains is going to be cold. But it's actually still very warm when the sun's out. The best thing about having the van and being able to just park right in the middle of the town is that now I can make lunch right here and then maybe go back out and explore later, instead of paying like £20 for some lunch or something ridiculous. Bachalpsee Lake. I don't know if I've just pronounced that right, but it is a pretty cool lake. To be honest, it's a lot smaller than it looks in the photos online, and that is something that I've found quite a lot when you kind of visit places. The photos online definitely aren't what it looks like in real life. So I got the cable car up here, which was £60 return, luckily, but pretty expensive, but it is a very kind of touristy area. It's a very easy walk, it's kind of 50 minutes each way. So yeah, cable car up here was expensive. I mean, it's kind of worth it because the views are pretty cool and it's such a nice place to be. But yeah, definitely if you're going to visit a lot of places in Switzerland, look at the Swiss card, because I think that gets you like half price on a lot of things like cable cars and stuff, so that would definitely be worth looking into. But I only wanted to do this one hike that involved a cable car because I knew they were expensive. So enough of me rambling, here's Bachalpsee Lake. Grindelwald is a very lovely town, completely nestled in the mountains, and the hike to the lake is very nice, and there's loads of other kind of things you can do on top of the mountain. You can like go on a swing that takes you across the mountains and all of those kind of things like that. But yeah, it was a really nice walk. I did seem to be struggling a bit, and it was supposed to be an easy walk, so it's good that that was kind of the first walk to ease me back in. Well, I've not really done any hikes this summer or long walks or anything. I don't know if it's the fact that I'm really out of shape or the fact that I had a cold at the start of this week, so that's kind of made it hard to breathe. But anyway, I'm now off to find a place to stay tonight. I'm going to try and wild camp. I've found a few places on Park for Night about an hour away, so I think I will start driving and see what they're like, but they are apparently quite high up in the mountains, so it's going to be a chilly night, I think. This is why wild camping is better than campsites. Look at this spot. It is next to a fairly busy road, but because there's a rock separating the road and the van, it's actually pretty quiet. All you can hear is the lake down there, the river. But this spot is insane, and the sun has just gone down, so everything looks real nice right now. I'll get some better shots of this place tomorrow because it's starting to get a little bit dark now, and I plan on, hopefully, if it's not too cold, I'm hopefully going to just chill here for the day tomorrow, and maybe go, did I come back this way? And maybe go for a wander around here. It looks like there's some trails around here down by the river, so that should be nice, and I'll have a quiet day. I've had some problems with my stove. I've got a 2-burner stove, it's just on the floor there, where it's burning orange, which is obviously not correct, and so today I bought this little thing as a backup, and yeah, this is the current situation. Is out today and it's absolutely glorious. I was expecting to be up here in the mountains freezing, but I think because it's a very warm October for a lot of Europe, it's actually still pretty warm up here, which is very nice. I don't know if you can hear me all the way over there, but I had a pretty lazy morning. I told myself I was going to get up when the sun came past the mountain over there. It's quite a big mountain, so I think it was about 10 o'clock it eventually came out, and made a coffee and I'm enjoying the sun. I don't think you could hear me out there, so I moved back inside. I was saying that today I'm going to have a quiet day, and I think it's important to schedule in days where you just don't do anything but you're in a nice place like this, because you really kind of slow down and just appreciate it a bit more, rather than kind of just worrying about ticking off places to see. But that's often the case when you've only got a short amount of time. I mean, I've got 4 or 5 weeks, but I wanted to fit in quite a lot and visit quite a lot of places. And even though these places that I want to see are kind of the more popular spots, I mean, they're popular for a reason, so that's why people want to see them, because they are so epic and they're well known, and that is for a reason. So I've been going to quite a few kind of top places to visit in that area, but I'm also trying to visit a few smaller, lesser known places, and when I'm planning trips I kind of try and do a mixture of both. But a good thing with van life is that you can just kind of look for nice places to park and explore an area that way, rather than looking for somewhere to visit and then trying to find somewhere to park, because often if you do that you won't find anywhere to park because it's not allowed in touristy places. So it's kind of nicer to find the quieter spots, park there and explore around there, because yeah, it's a lot nicer that way. So what started as a chill day ended with a haircut that I gave myself because I bought some clippers and wanted to see if I could cut my hair. I actually don't think I did a very bad job, but now I'm covered in hair and it's all itchy and horrible and I don't have a shower, so I'm going to walk to a lake and see if it's swimmable and have a little rinse off. I was going to walk to this lake anyway, but now I've got even more of a reason to, so let's go. You can actually park at this lake, but I think it's like a standard all day or 24-hour ticket for like 20 francs or whatever it is. So it shouldn't be too long of a walk, apparently like 30 minutes. Just hoping it's not really steep because it's actually very warm today. I just arrived at the lake and it is insane. I don't know if you can tell the colour of that water, but it is crazy. I haven't even felt how cold it is yet if I want to go for a swim, because the water's coming directly from a glacier up there. So it's going to be literally cold. There's some like weird mud in the bottom though, like clay. I'm not sure if I want to go in, it looks a bit scary. I didn't realise when I saw that there was a lake 20 minutes away, the fact that it's a glacier lake and it's bloody cold. Mission failed. I didn't manage to go in for a full swim. The side of the lake was so slippery. You can see my like footprints slid all in the side of it's like weird clay stuff. And I was scared that if I went in and if I just jumped in, well, first of all I'd probably get hypothermia and die of shock if I just jumped in. But if I went in I wouldn't be able to get back out because it's just slippery and I wouldn't have been able to climb out. So I was a bit scared about that. So but I did manage to rinse my hair off, so I guess kind of success. Anyway, as sunny as this place is, and I'd love to stick around. I've just realised it's already 4 o'clock and I've got to drive. Well, I was going to drive 2 hours, but I don't really want to drive in the dark. And I've realised I'm driving up that mountain pass, so I need to get a move on really. Right, I started driving. That is where I came from. That is the lake I just attempted to swim in. And the glacier up there, let me show you. Look at this place. Anyway, I need to carry on driving now. That drive was incredible. 100% recommend I think it's called the Suston Pass if you're driving through Switzerland. I mean, it wasn't even on my places to visit, but it happened to be the route I was going. I mean, the mountains were just insane. I wanted to pull over every like 5 seconds and look at the view, but I didn't. So yeah, and it's actually really easy to drive if you're worrying about driving a big van around mountain roads. This one was fairly easy because I was worried about that as well. I know there's going to be some that are probably a bit harder, but that one wasn't too bad, to be fair. That felt like such a long drive. It was like 2 hours. I stopped a few times at the start because it was like mountain passes and I didn't want to go too fast when I was braking and kind of revving the whole way. But then the rest of the road was just turny. That's not even a word, but felt like forever. Anyway, made it, and now I'm at a spot which is like a free spot for camper vans, so it's always nice when you turn up at a spot and you just see a line of campers. Feels pretty safe and like you're welcomed there. So I'll catch you tomorrow. Some exciting things to see tomorrow, so I'll see you then. Good morning. I have just arrived at the parking for Lake Grindelwald, I think it's called. I'm going to do a walk that involves 2 lakes and a gorge, which should be pretty cool. It's about a 3-hour walk, so I'm hoping it's not too tough, but I read some reviews and it said it's a pretty popular place. So I've tried to come pretty early. It's about 9:30 now, so I'm going to head to the first lake, which is pretty close, and then continue on to the gorge and then the other lake. I didn't stay here last night because the camping in all of these car parks around here is forbidden, but I did find a free designated motorhome parking area which was pretty cool, so stayed there and then left this morning. So yeah, let's go explore these lakes. In this lake is so clear, it's kind of creepy that you can see literally everything in the bottom, like all of the trees and the dirt. I mean, it's like good that you can see, but also weird that you can see, because it's just so not normal to just be able to see right to the bottom of the lake. Okay, the walk continues. I would have just stayed at every little corner of the lake to take pictures, but I would have. This walk won't be 3 hours, it's going to be 10 by the time I finish. I'm now on the way to the next spot. I'm following an all trails map, which I'm really bad at following because I just forget I'm following it and just carry on walking on whatever path I'm on, and then I end up lost, but hopefully I can follow it. number 2. It's a very cool little lake, but you can tell it's definitely very commercial because you have to pay entry in the summer months, which is kind of strange. But yeah, super cool spot, very clear water again, so you can tell why it's so popular. There's some kind of construction site going on over there, which is kind of ruining the nice, peaceful lake. So I'm going to finish my coffee that I've been carrying the whole way here and head to the next stop. This would definitely be a really cool area to explore by mountain bike or by e-bike because it's quite hilly. I've definitely seen a lot of people cycling with the e-bikes, and there's a lot of like stations where you plug them in, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I was considering it yesterday. I was like, oh, shall I hire a bike and do the same route but with the bike? But after spending €60 on the gondola ride the other day, I thought best just stick to my feet because they're a lot cheaper. So the next stop is a viewing platform for, I think it's called the Rhine Gorge, and I can already see it a little bit, and I'm walking alongside it and it looks pretty cool so far. So I'm looking forward to getting to the viewing platform and seeing it from there. Pretty cool viewing platform to see the gorge, but it was very shaky whenever someone walked up the stairs, so I didn't stay up there for very long. It would have also been really cool to do a walk like down within the gorge, but I thought I'd just do this walk because it kind of ticks off a few places at once. So yeah, I'm going to make my way back to the van. So I think I've got another like 45 minutes to go, so I'll catch you back at the van. Home sweet home. I'm now back in the van. It is like 1 o'clock now and I left the van this morning at like 9:30, so I'm gonna have some lunch and then I'm thinking to head back to the first lake which is where I'm parked, to see if I to maybe have a little swim, because I did notice a shower there, so I could do with a proper rinse off, to be fair. I'm really struggling cooking with this little stove thing. I feel like it just keeps burning everything. It's absolutely smoked out in here. I cooked some eggs and I've got some avocado and some salami, so that should be pretty good. Well, that was definitely a better swim attempt than yesterday. It actually wasn't too cold. I think with October, because it's the end of summer, unless it's obviously a glacier lake, then waters are fairly warm at the minute. So yeah, that was quite a nice swim. That was much needed because I haven't had a shower in a few days. So I feel a lot cleaner now. But anyway, I need to go because I need to find a supermarket and find somewhere to park for the night. It's so nice to experience autumn and it not be like just cold and wet and rainy. Like, it's actually so nice. Like, all you can hear when you're in the forest is of all the leaves falling, and it's so nice. And obviously all the colours are amazing as well. So I'm really looking forward to the next few weeks, and I'm hoping it stays relatively warm, or at least dry anyway. Well, this is tonight's spot, pretty secluded in the middle of some dirt track that I was a bit scared to drive down, so I'm hoping I can get back out tomorrow. I did read the reviews on Park for Night and they were saying it's a bit steep and narrow. I was like, oh, I'll just risk it. When you start, you can't go back. The only thing is there's a really tight corner on the top of the road, so I think I'm gonna not go the way I need to go and go straight out and turn around somewhere else because it is tight. Anyway, just took the drone up and I noticed there's a bridge just up there that I saw on Google Maps and that I was going to walk to tomorrow, so pretty cool to see that on the drone. So yeah, I'll head there tomorrow, and then tomorrow I'm tackling the Splugen Pass, which is like one of the biggest mountain passes I think, which I'm a bit worried about, but made it down the other mountain passes, so I think Clifford here will make it. He'll survive. Theme of tonight's dinner is clearly circles. I don't know what this is, but I found it in the supermarket. Mini bacon burger, and it sounds intriguing, so I've got these. I'm probably just going to cook maybe half of them. And I've got some courgette that I've cut into circles and I'm just frying. And I've got some potatoes in circles that I'm just putting in the air fryer now. So it's a lot of circles and a very strange combination, but I hope it's good. My strange dinner of circles is done. I'm not too sure how I feel about it. I think the potatoes could have been done a bit longer in the air fryer, but it was using too much power. I've got a knife and fork. It's basically a mini burger. It's just weird that it was called bacon burger. I haven't tried it. Let's see how the bacon burger is. It smells just like a burger. God, it actually is very like porky. Like both of them. Anyway. I'm going to eat this strange plate of circles and I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. I am just about to head to the bridge that I said about last night. I don't know where I'm going, how to get there. All I know is that it's apparently only a short hike from this parking spot. So let's see if I can find it. See Clifford just down there between the trees. I had a feeling this was going to be a steep hike, and it is really steep, but it shouldn't be very long. It should be literally around this corner. Well, I was just about to fly the drone over the bridge, get some cool shots, you know, and then I picked up the drone bag and I was like, oh, that's a bit light. Looked inside and there is no batteries. So, no cool drone shots of this bridge, but I know that there are some cool bridges coming later on in the trip in Slovenia, so I'll definitely get the drone up for that. It was definitely not as bad as I was imagining getting out of that road, so I made it fairly easy. I'm now about to go over the Splugen Pass, which means that I'm now going from Switzerland into Italy, and I'm hopefully going to find a really nice spot just after the pass at a lake, and there is some parking like right on the side of the lake, so I'm hoping that spot's not already taken. But for now it's time to get up the Splugen Pass. I am now in Italy at this stunning spot. Pretty good park up. I found this on Park for Night, and the actual spot suggested was all the way down. Let me see if I can show you. All the way down around here and like right by the lake. But there is a no entry sign right here. So if people are going down, they're doing it illegally. So I've stayed up here, and it's a pretty cool spot still up here. Someone has a drone flying up ahead. But yeah, I guess I'll now finish this video here because this video is all about Switzerland and I'm now in Italy. So make sure you stay tuned for next week and you'll see what I get up to in Italy.